Hi, my name is Mary Long. I am a Child Protective Services Case Manager at Clark County Division of Family and Children's Services. So I was officially hired on July of 2024, but before that I did a year-long internship at Richmond County at Augusta University and a year-long internship at Clark County at University of Georgia. April of 2024, I was brought on part-time as a PRN, so I was able to take a small caseload before being sent to training, and then I did officially start July 2024, so I've been taking cases since then. So the health, safety, and well-being of a child is our top priority. CPS is essentially the front lines of DFACS. We are normally the first person to meet with a child, meet with the family, and do that initial safety assessment. We meet with parents, we do home evaluations to check for any other safety concerns that may be within the family, and decide what interventions we need to have put in place for the family in order to best support them. One of the biggest challenges that we face doing this line of work is setting those boundaries with yourself. Especially as a new case manager, all you want to do is hop in and help these families, and sometimes you forget to take care of your own mental health. Burnout and compassion fatigue are definitely a real thing, and not taking care and being in tune with your mental health can cause you to not be able to provide your clients with the best experience and interactions that they deserve. Yeah, so something that I learned during my time at University of Georgia was definitely the skill of normalization. It's important to be mindful of your position as a Child Protective Services case manager and how that may be intimidating to clients. Something else that we learned in school was the importance of genograms. It's always a little awkward talking with families about those because we sit down and draw a diagram essentially of the family tree. But it comes in handy, especially when it comes to collaterals and then potential placement based on which direction the case goes. So working with families, it is really important to be in the mindset that you're kind of working on their schedule. These parents have jobs, these kids are in school. There's been times where I've met with parents at 7 a.m. in the morning before they leave for their 10-hour shift, and there's been times where I've met response times at 8 p.m. when everyone's home from their daily activities. It's important to be flexible with your time in order to match your clients. That way you can provide them with the services that they need on their time without disrupting their day-to-day life. It can be a little intimidating at first, especially being the first responder on a case. You have a lot in your hands. The best thing that you could do is review case history to see if there's any information on the family that could be useful for you going forward in the case. Also talking to community resources such as teachers, schools, law enforcement to see if there's any information that could be useful to you before you go out and meet with the family. The first thing that I do when I go to a family's house is I always make sure that I'm parking my car in a place where I can easily get back into my vehicle if I need to. I try not to park in driveways. I try to park in the street. If I need to park in a driveway, I'll park in a way where I can get out of the driveway pretty quick. I adore my job as a Child Protective Services case manager. There are, of course, times where I feel overwhelmed and stressed out by the caseload and just lots of different moving parts, but I've been able to meet some amazing people out in the field. I've been able to connect families with services and see them thrive as a family unit. I also just enjoy the fast-paced environment that comes with being a Child Protective Services case manager. I've definitely become a better case manager now that I've been out in the field interacting with these families one-on-one by myself. Working in child welfare is definitely something that I've wanted to do since I started school. My undergrad's in social work, my graduate degree is in social work. I knew that I wanted to work for DFACS. I do see myself progressing in this career as a supervisor, maybe even county director one day. I love working with children, I love working with families, I love building that relationship with different people and connecting them to services in order for them to thrive as a family unit. This work is difficult, but it's also very rewarding, and it makes up for it in the end. DFACS is a good balance between working with children and also working with parents. So if you're not entirely sure if you want to work with just children, this is a pretty good fit because you're working with children and their families, and also for the most part connecting their families to resources that they need in order to support their family, not just the child.